All right, Gemini, we are going to do a reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We are going to focus on the person on your mind, so whoever you are thinking about romantically. So let's go ahead and get started. Who is Gemini thinking about? Who's on Gemini's mind romantically, please? Who is on Gemini's mind romantically? So possibly a Scorpio or something that's over, or some type of transformation. Tell us about, okay, so we have the Four of Wands. I feel like there is a relationship that either transformed, but I feel like a relationship that's finished, that's over. Possibly here with this death and the Four of Wands. How does this person feel about Gemini? How does this person feel? So they're feeling like they have to walk away. Or they have, I feel like they've already walked away. Why does this person feeling the Eight of Cups, the Devil? So for some of you, possibly they could have been feeling tempted elsewhere, and I'm just keeping it real. So possibly this came to an end because there was some temptation, because it's like they're almost walking straight towards the devil. But I did ask the question, why are they feeling the Eight of Cups? And if they're feeling the Eight of Cups, it's again, it's like someone who's feeling like they possibly weren't feeling emotionally secure in the relationship, or this relationship was just about lust and it really wasn't about anything else. It didn't have a strong foundation. And so they're walking away because of this devil energy. So they're either walking towards temptation or they're walking away because this relationship was only about sex. It wasn't about anything else. There wasn't a strong foundation. This person possibly just didn't feel loved. They didn't feel emotionally secure, or they weren't emotionally satisfied, or they're just walking towards something else to make that makes them happy. Whether it's there or not, whether they know what it is or not, it's like just walking away towards self fulfillment, emotional fulfillment. So, what action is this person going to take towards Gemini? What action is this person? Five of Swords. So, I don't see a whole lot of action because I feel like the action already happened. Action towards Gemini, Ten of Cups. Yeah, problems in paradise. What is this person's true intentions towards Gemini? What is their true intentions towards Gemini, please? Page of Wands. Why is their intention the Page of Wands? Clarify. Five of Cups. So for some of you, we're possibly very well dealing with someone who, their intention is to have fun, have a good time, because this is very, it's fun, exciting energy. But there could be other people in the mix. There could be competition. And so this person is not really looking for stability. For some of you, it's more like there's conflict when it comes to possibly what you both want and the connection. Do you want a long-term relationship? Do you want to move in together? Do you want a family? Do you want all of that? Do you want emotional fulfillment, or does this person just want to have a good time and play games? Do they get distracted very easily when there's temptation around, this devil energy, and then walk away from the connection? What is the energy of the connection between Gemini and this person? All right, the King of Pentacles came out reverse. This is up. This deck is not in reverse. Shouldn't be. Energy of the connection, please clarify. King of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. So because this did fall out in reverse, and we have the Page of Pentacles, again, I feel like this is possibly like a friends with a benefit type of a situation. I'm not so sure that this was a connection that where you guys were like living together or something like that, or if it wasn't a connection that was actually, yes, we're together. There wasn't it's not anymore. It's like possibly finances are an issue. There's a lack of stability. And with the Page of Pentacles, it's not the king. It's This is like an energy of someone that you first meet, you know, and they're offering, making an offer, getting to know one another, friends, that kind of thing, seeing where it can go. But if this is someone you've known, then possibly there wasn't really a strong foundation. What does Gemini need to know about this connection? What does Gemini need to know about this connection or about this person? Anything that Gemini needs to know? Nine of Cups and the Seven of Wands. So there's a little bit of like emotional instability, or, you know, even some kind of insecurities that this person is dealing with, possibly some ego issues. But the ego, you know, that can ego problems, or the ego can manifest in so many different ways. It can manifest as someone that's just all about sex and they don't want anything stable. It can manifest as someone who has major insecurity issues, so they come across very argumentative, easily jealous, gets jealous very fast. They're not comfortable in their own skin. Um, there could also be an issue with possibly drug abuse, so watch out with, or drinking, something like that. So be careful with that. Let's go through the signs and see how the signs are feeling. For a lot of you, this person, like, this is a relationship that's over, and I feel like this person doesn't want to fight, they don't want to argue, and they become very elusive or like defensive. I'm better off by myself, um, because I don't want to argue. So there's different messages. There's like messages for the Gemini. I feel like for the Gemini feminine, you're dealing with a masculine here who's possibly, it's more about lust. There's competition. There's other people. There wasn't a strong foundation in the connection. And whenever you're there, you question them, or, you know, you try to pin them down or get some type of an answer, or if something feels like it could possibly go to the next level, then conflict starts to arise, because they're not the most mature energy here with the Page of Wands. They start to get really defensive, and they rather just be on their own, and they don't want to fight. How are the signs feeling about Gemini? Starting with Aries, please. How does Aries feel about Gemini? How does Aries feel about Gemini? So we have unintentional. And then if you're dealing with the Taurus, we have all in my head. So with unintentional, whatever, this person may have some regret. It looks like it's over, but they may have some regret about how it went down or what happened. And it says, I never meant to hurt you. I'm not who you think I am. Now, if you're dealing with the Taurus, it says your love has captured me. Everywhere I look, I see your face. So possibly with the Taurus, they may miss you, or you may actually be in a relationship with the Taurus. They may feel some type of deep connection with a Taurus, or maybe even Earth energy in general. How does Gemini feel about Gemini? And we have secret love, and it says, I've kept my love for you a secret. It's too complicated to explain. I feel like for some of you, there's some type of temptation going on as well. I feel like someone's walking towards temptation, or there is a strong obsession here, but what's the point if no one's is saying anything, and if you reach out to this person and they don't even respond, or they're just like, okay, thanks, and they're very short with you, they're not obsessed with you. They probably walked away to someone else that they're obsessed with. But you could have someone here that is obsessed with you as well. Possibly you're not obsessed with them. This could be like a runner chaser type of an issue. How does Cancer feel about Gemini? How does Cancer feel? We have self-pleasure. So I pleasure myself to your pictures I've secretly saved on my phone. So yeah, a Cancer energy is feeling, there's a lot of lust with Cancer. Possibly with Gemini too. How does Leo feel about Gemini? How does Leo feel about Gemini, please? Not the right time. So there's too much conflict with Leo. You may not have even met a Leo yet, or you did, and there's just too much conflict here. There's a lot of tit for tat. There's a lot of mind games. I feel like something's over with a Leo type energy, or there's just too much mind games. It looks like it's over though. It looks like there's a lack of stability, and too much conflict and mind games here. How does Virgo feel about Gemini? How does Virgo feel, please? And we have unchanged. It says, I am who I am, not who you want me to be. How does Libra feel about a Gemini? How does Libra feel about Gemini, please? And we have you got away. You're the one that got away. I'll look for you in the next life. So they possibly just feel like you're the one that got away. So there's like passion and excitement about you. They do like you, but they also, there's possibly other people around. And so it's like, well, Gemini got away. I want to go back to Virgo for a minute because I feel like for some of you, you were possibly married to a Virgo and there was a lot of conflict with, I'm getting like a situation where there was just somebody who was like, I don't take out the trash every day, or I like to put my shoes over here in this corner, and that's how I do things. It's things like that, but they add up, and it's just a lot of stuff. And there could possibly be a divorce, or you are divorced from a Virgo. Scorpio, we have a dying love, and it says, "I was trying to remain hopeful, but I feel you slipping away." Um, Sagittarius, and we have stalking, and it says, I often check on your social media to see what you're up to. So dealing with the Sagittarius, it sounds like they're stalking you, but they don't seem to have their ducks in a row. It's like there's a lot of insecurities with them, so watch out with Sagittarius energy. How does Capricorn feel about Gemini, please? How does Capricorn feel about Gemini? We have make them prove it. So they may feel like either they need to make you prove yourself, or the message is for you to make them prove that it's past, that it's more than just lust. Aquarius, how does Aquarius feel about Gemini, please? How does Aquarius feel? We have your choice. Aquarius energy is coming off a little bit arrogant, and they kind of feel like it's your fault, or they feel like they're blaming you. I get like a blaming energy, like it's your fault. You did this. This was your decision, and now this is the way that it is. So what do you want? Type of energy. It's like, what do you want me to do? Um, How does Pisces feel? That's too many cards for Pisces. How does Pisces feel about Gemini? And it says, I love you. So you could have a Pisces actually fighting for the connection. And it says, I love you more than I've ever found a way to say. So if you're dealing with the Pisces, they may actually be fighting for this connection, but there's still a lot of conflict between you and them. And I feel like with Pisces, possibly there's like alcohol or drugs involved. So watch out for that. And someone may become very defensive about that. Tell us about this King of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. Let me turn this over. Energy between a Sagittarius and this person. Energy between Gemini and this person, please. Gemini, energy between Gemini and their person. We have trust. So this situation is calling for you to have faith. So trust issues and passion. So there's passion, there's lust, and it says the situation is calling for you to have faith. So, it also says allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. I feel like trusting your intuition when it comes to a situation. Again, if you're reaching out to someone who is not giving you the time of day, trust that that person is not for you. They're not for you. If they finally gave you the time of day, you got into a relationship with them, I bet you anything, you'd be like, I don't really like this person. This is not who I thought they were, because that person's not for you. So trust your intuition. Others of you, there are some energies here where there's passion, there's a lot of lust is what I'm seeing, and excitement, and some arrangements here. Let's see, like a Pisces type of an energy I'm getting. Yeah, with Pisces. Scorpio, maybe even Cancer, but with some of them, again, it's lust. Like with Cancer, it's a lot of lust. There could be a lot of passion with you and another Gemini. Um, And there is too with like a Sag Capricorn energy on their end, but I feel like there is a lot of arrogance as well and a little bit of childish behavior. What is going on? Tell us about this death and Four of Wands. What is this? Just looks like the end of a relationship. A relationship that the foundation, there wasn't a strong foundation. Um, the foundation has crumbled. So we have official person. I don't know what that means in this situation. Um, for some of you, maybe someone, and this is kind of off topic a little bit, but there actually could have been like a death, an actual death of someone close to you. It would be maybe someone who's actually like at war or a fatherly type figure or a husband or someone you were in a relationship with long term. There could be kids. Some of you are dealing with a situation with someone where there is a lot of ego and pride um, when it comes to like their religious beliefs and upbringings. And then there's a situation here too, again, with where there's a death. For those of you dealing with a death, my condolences. But there are a situation here where there's like maybe fighting with siblings over inheritances or some kind of financial payout. But with this official person too, that can also just really be about someone who could be very, 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 very stubborn too. I feel like there's someone here that there's wanting to like be in a relationship, but something's over, and it's like maybe they know it or you know it. They know it's over. They know they screwed up, and they have to move on, and they're trying to, but they're having a hard time doing it. It's like they know they ruined something. Devil and Eight of Cups, please. Eight of Cups and Devil. Tell us about this energy for, yeah, imprisonment. Someone very much feeling stuck. And then we have child. So I don't know if there's something here that has to do with children. Be careful with your children around people that you allow, in your family, in your home. Because we do have imprisonment for some reason. But I feel like someone's very much stuck with this devil energy. Someone feels very, very much stuck, and it's like someone may not have even walked away yet, but they want to. But with this death, I feel like someone has walked away because I feel like something's completely over. I do feel like something is over. Again, be careful with who you bring around your children. Someone may also be having a child in prison. It's just something that came to my head, but there could be something here about someone actually being in jail, having a child in jail, or they're going to jail because of some type of child abuse, maybe. But aside from that, if this is just strictly a relationship, this is someone who's spying and watching. They can't stop thinking about you. They can't get you out of their head. It's like they're a child again. And, but they know that it's over because I don't think that you're giving this person the time of day. How does Gemini feel about this individual? But I specifically asked, who is Gemini thinking about? So this is who you're thinking about. This person, it's like it's over between the two of you, and they think that you don't want anything at all to do with them. How does Gemini feel? So we have the Hierophant. How does Gemini feel about this person? Eight of Cups, Two of Swords. You may be in two minds here, Gemini, which is not quite appropriate for Gemini to possibly be in two minds. But this is more like Libra Moon energy, where when it comes to like making a decision, possibly about walking away or if that was the right decision or walking back. The Hierophant talks about wanting stability, wanting a connection, but it's also, it doesn't have to be about that. It could be like certain values that you hold, or, again, values when it comes to relations. You might look at this person like this person has low self esteem or low security, insecurity issues, and they cause too much problems or they watch you too much. And you kind of want to get away from that. There's also kind of a part of you that, a part of them that you do like, though, I kind of get. So you might be in two minds about how you feel about this person. It's like you want to walk away, or you did. And was that the right decision? Yeah, it probably was. But sometimes I think about them. But I feel like they have insecurity issues. I don't know if we are on the same page here with the way that we communicate, or just our styles of love or communication or something. I don't know if this is really the best person for me. That's kind of what I'm getting. But it looks like you two walked away from each other. You may have already walked away or talking to someone else that's a more stable connection, but I'm not so sure this person has. Um, so let's get a card of advice. Let's get some additional messages for Gemini. You may not be aware at all that this person, you may be completely oblivious to an energy around you that has not moved on, and possibly watches you. So we have boundaries. Be a person of confidence and self-respect. Love yourself enough to set boundaries and give them a reason worth fighting for. So there is passion with someone, and I feel like maybe you feel that passion, and that's why you still think about them, even though the situation is over. But you may feel like there's something here about boundaries, because this person could be very clingy. Especially if they have some insecurity issues, they could be very clingy, and get very triggered by you if you don't give them your full attention, or maybe you just look in a certain direction or something. They have very serious insecurity issues that they have to work with, that may stem from their childhood, possibly from a father figure. Um, let's get a card of advice here. Advice for Gemini, best advice for Gemini, and we have Six of Fire. So this talks about being victorious, good news coming, and public recognition, or awards. It also talks about having so this is self-confidence. Six of Fire, knowing that you're a winner, knowing that you can win, you getting a lot of attention, or having a lot of attention, having a lot of options. I feel like taking action with integrity is what I'm getting here. Like being a winner, but also having integrity and treating people with respect. So I feel like that's already your energy. I don't know why I'm getting that. I've never really gotten that for the Six of Fire, but I'm getting that. Um, because you may have to say goodbye to certain people, and it may break their heart, but you don't do it in a way that's mean and disrespectful here. Like there is like integrity when it comes to the way that you communicate and deal with people. But I do see a win situation here as well. But don't let ego and pride get the best of you, because the Six of Wands can very much be about ego and pride, and then your downfall is ego and pride. So watch out for that. Let's go ahead and think of a question for Gemini, and then we'll be done. So think of a question, Gemini. We'll pull an answer card for Gemini. What is the answer to Gemini's questions? What is the answer to Gemini's question? And we have yes with an exclamation. So that is what I have for you, Gemini. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. You stay blessed, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.